First up, the fight for Himachal has just picked up pace while the BJP has released its manifesto that said that it will implement the Uniform Civil Code if it comes back to power. Rahul Gandhi will be making an appearance in the state election campaign on the 8th of November. Now, this comes at a time when he's on his Bharat Jodo Yatra. Rahul Gandhi is set to take a break from the Yatra and campaign for the Himachal Pradesh Assembly elections on the 8th of November. Arvind is now joining us with more details. Arvind, is this coming after criticism that Rahul Gandhi has been busy with the Bharat Jodo Yatra and not campaigned in the poll-bound states? And does this mean that he probably might hold some similar rallies in Gujarat as well?
Maha, for now, what we are learning from our sources that though the Bharat Jodo Yatra is in full swing, it will be entering into the state of Maharashtra tomorrow evening. But Rahul Gandhi will be visiting Himachal Pradesh for election campaign because Himachal is going for polls, and then Rahul Gandhi will be addressing a public gathering in Himachal Pradesh on November 8th. Because if you could see the schedule of Bharat Jodo Yatra, every week there is a day off. The Bharat Jodo Yatra has been planned in a way that the Yatris will be taking a break for one day every week. So this particular week's break or the next week, coming week's break will be taken on November 8th. On that particular resting day, Rahul Gandhi will be flying to Himachal Pradesh to address a public gathering, and then he will also be campaigning for the party's candidate because Himachal will be going for polls in the coming weeks, and that's where the Rahul Gandhi will be flying to Himachal Pradesh for one-day campaigning. What we are being told is that for now, it's just Himachal Pradesh where they have scheduled Rahul Gandhi's campaign, and then similarly, once Gujarat election campaign gets into full swing, then Rahul Gandhi will be again taking breaks like this whenever there is a break on Bharat Jodo Yatra. On that particular day, Rahul Gandhi will be flying to the concerned constituency or district to address the gathering as part of election campaigning for the assembly elections in both Himachal and Gujarat. All right,
Arvind, many thanks for joining us with those details. Meanwhile, the BJP's manifesto for Himachal Pradesh says that a uniform civil code will be implemented in the state if they come back to power, will give 8 lakh jobs in 5 years, will give 33% reservation to women in state government jobs. Work properties will be investigated in Himachal like in Uttar Pradesh. Scooty for women or young college girls rather will give a free 3 cylinders every year to poor women. In Himachal, the BJP is heavily banking upon Prime Minister Modi for their win. That's why there was no mention of the old pension scheme, which is a major poll issue in Himachal, as the Congress is promising to bring back the old pension scheme if voted to power. Meanwhile, after the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress has released an 8-promise manifesto for Gujarat. Reaching out to the people, the Congress has promised LPG cylinder for 500 rupees, 10 lakh jobs to the youth and farm loan waiver for up to 3 lakh rupees. In a tweet shared by Rahul Gandhi, the Congress MP, he said, and I quote, "Will save you from the deceit of double engine of BJP, will celebrate the change in the state." The BJP polls, the Gujarat polls, will be held in 2 phases on the 1st of December and the 5th of December, and the results will be declared along with Himachal Pradesh on the 8th of December. And Saurav spoke with Anurag Thakur. Let's listen in.
सर, हम लोग देखते हैं 1985 से हमेशा रिवाज बदलता नहीं है यहाँ पर। अगर बीजेपी एक बार कांग्रेस, एक बार बीजेपी, एक बार कांग्रेस। इस बार आप फीडबैक क्या है आपका? आप कैंपेन कर रहे हैं, आपकी रैलीज में लोग आ रहे हैं, क्या लग रहा है इस बार?
2014 में भी लोग कहते थे क्या मोदी सरकार बनेगी, पूर्ण बहुमत की बनी, 1984 के बाद पहली बार बनी। फिर 2019 में कहते थे कितनी सीटें जीतेंगे, 2014 से ज्यादा जीतकर 303 सीटें जीतकर आए, और जब जीत कर आए तो धारा 370-35 से सदा के लिए समाप्त की, ट्रिपल तलाक से निजात दिलाया, राम मंदिर का शिलान्यास कराया, सीए जैसा कानून बनाया, और यही नहीं, भारतीय अर्थव्यवस्था को दुनिया के सबसे तेज अर्थव्यवस्था बनाया, और आज इंग्लैंड को पीछे, यूनाइटेड किंगडम को पीछे छोड़कर हमने 5वें नंबर की अर्थव्यवस्था भारत को बनाया है। डबल इंजन की सरकार ने हिमाचल प्रदेश में ऑल इंडिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेज, 6 मेडिकल कॉलेजेस और पीजीआई सैटेलाइट केंद्र के अलावा आईआईटी, ट्रिपल आईटी, आईआईएम, एनआईटी, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी से लेकर हाइड्रो इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज, कई सेंट्रल स्कूल से लेकर बाकी सब भी शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में करने का काम किया। रेलवे नेटवर्क को रिकॉर्ड किया जो पिछले 70 साल में नहीं, हमने 5 साल में किया है। वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस को भी चलाने का काम किया है। बल्क ड्रग पार्क से लेकर मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क भी हिमाचल के लिए है, जहां पर 40,000 लोगों को रोजगार स्वरोजगार के अवसर मिलेंगे। ये सब तब हुआ जब ये 5 साल डबल इंजन की सरकार थी। इससे पहले कांग्रेस की सरकार रुकवाने का काम करती थी, हम पूरा करने का काम करते हैं।
देखिए, सबसे पहली बात यह है, यदि एनपीएस के भी पैसे हैं तो किसके हैं? राज्य सरकार के, और दूसरा राज्य के कर्मचारियों के। भारत सरकार के नहीं है, केंद्रीय सरकार के नहीं है वो अधिकारी कर्मचारी। ये पैसा कर्मचारियों का है और राज्य सरकार का है, और इसमें हक केवल राज्य के कर्मचारियों का है। अभी हमने राज्य सरकार की ओर से लिखा है पत्र कि आप उस पैसे को हमको दे दीजिए, लगभग 17,000 करोड़ रुपया। उन्होंने एक लाइन में कहा कि हम नहीं देंगे, लेकिन कारण उन्होंने बताया नहीं है, वो महत्वपूर्ण है।
On to the election results of the by-polls in 7 assembly seats across 6 states that have come in now. The BJP has won 4 seats. The RJD has won Mokamma. The TRS is on its way to winning Mungod in Telangana, and Shiv Sena Uddhav faction has won Andheri East. Now, for Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao in Telangana, this is the first election since he launched the national party, the Bharat Rashtra Samiti. This was in fact declared as the party in a reformed form of TRS to take on the BJP in 2024 elections. At least that's what the TRS said. Now, the Congress has lost its turf to the BJP, though, in one of the seats in the crucial Adampur by-elections, with Kuldeep Bishnoi's son holding on to the family bastion in Haryana for the BJP. In Bihar, BJP and Rashtriya Janata Dal were able to retain their respective seats, Gopalganj and Mokamma. But for Tejasvi Yadav's RJD, which lost Gopalganj seat by just a few thousand votes, it was Asaduddin Owaisi's AIMIM and the BSP which played the spoiler by getting around 20,000 votes. Now, as we are explaining, one of the most interesting contests has been in Bihar's Gopalganj. While the BJP has managed to retain it, but the RJD has closed the gap from the past. Now, the RJD may have in fact could have even won this seat, but for the spoilers AIMIM and BSP.
RJD candidate Neelam Devi celebrating on winning the Mokamma seat after her husband, 4-time MLA Anand Singh, was disqualified when he was convicted of illegal arms possession.
वहाँ मोकामा क्षेत्र की जनता किसी जुमलेबाजी और बहकावे में नहीं आएगी। जितना विधायक जी जनता को सेवा किए हैं, दुख में सुख में और विकास किए हैं, जनता उसी का तो रिजल्ट दे रही है।
In the Gopalganj constituency, BJP candidate Kusum Devi scraped through with a narrow margin of just over 2,000 votes, defeating Tejasvi's candidate Mohan Gupta. While 20,000 core votes of the RJD, including Muslim votes, are believed to have gone to AIMIM and the BSP candidate.
केवल सिंपैथी फैक्टर होने के बावजूद भी 1700 वोट से ही हमारी गोपालगंज में हार हुई है। यानी जनता जो है गोपालगंज की, जो बीजेपी का जो कोर वोटर है, वो कहीं ना कहीं से जो लोग क्लेम करते थे कि फलना जो है हमारा ही वोटर है, उस पे महागठबंधन के लोगों ने सेंध मारने का काम किया है।
जदयू बीजेपी से अलग हुआ, आरजेडी के साथ गया, महागठबंधन बनाया, फिर भी गोपालगंज में भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ये लोग हरा नहीं पाए और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कमल वहां खिला है। और ये साफ संदेश है कि जदयू राजद मिलकर भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी को नहीं हरा सकते।
But while the BJP clearly needs more than just confidence in Bihar, the Nitish-Tejasvi combination also needs to ensure their voters are not distracted by other candidates. With Manish Kumar in Patna, Osama Shah for NDTV.
Crisscrossing to Adampur now. With a margin of over 15,000 votes, BJP candidate Bhavya Bishnoi won the Adampur by-poll, triggered after his father Kuldeep Bishnoi quit the Congress and crossed over to the BJP. With this, the Bishnois have retained their family bastion, but this has meant a loss for the Congress.
As the Bishnoi scion holds on to the family's bastion in Haryana, the Congress has lost its grand old turf to the BJP in the crucial Adampur by-elections. With a margin of over 15,000 votes, BJP candidate Bhavya Bishnoi won the by-polls, triggered after his father Kuldeep Bishnoi quit the Congress and crossed over to the BJP.
ये जीत माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी की नीतियों की जीत है। ये जीत माननीय मनोहर लाल खट्टर जी की कार्यशैली की जीत है। ये जीत आदमपुर हलके में चौधरी भजनलाल परिवार का 54 साल का विश्वास, ये उसकी जीत है। भूपेंद्र हुड्डा को धूल चटाने के लिए आदमपुर हलके की जनता को बधाई।
Even as the Congress's campaign failed to cash in on anti-incumbency claims against the BJP, with all prominent Haryana Congress leaders other than the Hoodas doing the disappearing act in the run-up to the polls, Congress veteran Jai Prakash gave a tough fight to three-time Haryana Chief Minister Bhajan Lal's grandson.
2024 में हरियाणा में कांग्रेस सरकार बनाएगी। इस नतीजों ने यह सिद्ध कर दिया है कि हरियाणा प्रदेश से इंडियन नेशनल लोकदल और आप पार्टी का सफाया हो गया। जो फिक्सिंग की राजनीति लोग करते थे, लोकदल वाले, बीजेपी वाले, उसका खात्मा हो गया। तो 52,000 वोट कांग्रेस ने यहाँ लिए।
The Adampur verdict is a culmination of a high-voltage campaign with heavyweights of all the three major parties in fray on the campaign trail. Though the Aam Aadmi Party, which was looking to enter the Haryana Assembly with the by-elections, failed to make a mark.
बाई-इलेक्शन है, बाई-इलेक्शन में कई बार बदलाव कर पाना मुश्किल हो जाता है। 2024 में पूरे दमखम के साथ लड़ेंगे।
Apart from Adampur's loyalty to a family, it was infighting in the Congress that also contributed to the victory of the BJP candidate. How this pans out in the upcoming state assembly polls and also the crucial 2024 Lok Sabha elections remains to be seen. In Hisar with camera person Prem Singh, Vedant for NDTV.
From Haryana, let's now turn our attention to Telangana, and Uma Sudhir is joining us from Nalgonda. Uma, I believe that the result is yet to be announced, but the TRS is sure to claim a victory. Why is this win important for the TRS, Uma?
It's quite ironic actually, Maha, because assembly elections are due in 2023, which means it's just about a year term, and this particular seat is actually not going to make any difference to the party in power, which already actually has a very brute majority in the state assembly. The reason why this became a very high stakes poll was because the Congress sitting MLA had in fact resigned and he joined the BJP, and then lots of leaders in fact started coming in and started talking about this as a semi-final, and many felt that this would become in a sense set the stage or the mood or the perception of which way the state is going, and that's one reason why the TRS wanted to in fact win this election, and that's the reason why we saw the Chief Minister holding 2 public meetings, and he had all his ministers and all his MLAs, a team of almost 100 leaders, ministers and MLAs put together, who were in fact working in this constituency to ensure a win for the TRS. When I spoke to the Energy Minister, Mr. Jagdish Reddy, who is in charge of this election, Munugod election, and I asked him why such a big number that you had to bring in order to win this. He said, what about the BJP? They had Mr. Amit Shah coming in, they had Mr. JP Nadda coming in, they had the UP Chief Minister coming in. All of them came and visited Munugod. If they can bring their entire team, why not the TRS? So that was his counter to what we said. But of course, we have been speaking about big money and big, liquor being spent here. And the story out of this election, in a sense, is actually more significantly for the Congress, which was quite humiliated because they lost their deposit in this particular election. I spoke to the Congress candidate Sravanti and asked her what happened, and does this mean that in 2023, the Congress will not even be in a position to actually challenge the TRS, and will it be the BJP versus the TRS in 2023 assembly elections? And she said, no, this is a very unique election because we were up against not just liquor and money, but 2 ruling governments, one at the center and one at the state level, and it was the power of the state government and the central government that was playing out, and therefore we do not take this as an ordinary election. We knew what we were up against, and she says for the Congress, they will continue to focus and connect with the people to try and ensure that they give a good fight to the TRS in 2023. Of course, the BJP also, despite losing, would not be too unhappy because South Telangana is not an area where they are strong and they do not have rank and leader there. And getting in somebody like Komatreddy Rajgopal, who became their candidate, they ended up a decent second with a 10,000, of course, margin. But they would say that this is the beginning of them becoming the challenger to the TRS in Telangana. Back to you.
All right. Uma, many thanks for joining us with all those details. Turning our attention now to Delhi, with the air quality improving slightly, the centre's air quality panel has lifted the curbs imposed under the final stage of the air pollution graded action plan only 3 days after it came into force. Now, here's what it means. The entry of trucks into Delhi will now be allowed, and the ban on non-BS6 diesel vehicles has been removed. Short BS6 is, of course, short for Bharat Stage 6, and it mandates cleaner automotive fuel and engines. Now, the order to close down all industries in Delhi will also be lifted now. They were banned under level 4, the highest of the graded response action plan, or GRAP, which orders what action is to be taken if the air quality worsens. Let me now go across to Priyanshi Sharma, who's joining us with more details. Priyanshi, but will this improved air quality mean that primary schools which have been closed till Tuesday, are there likely to be any changes there as well?
Maha, there's no order on that yet. These are measures that were taken under the graded response action plan 4, and these were separate from the order that shut down schools till Tuesday, that is November 8th. So that still stands. There's no change in that yet, but GRAP 4 measures have been revoked. Remember, the Commission for Air Quality Management in the National Capital and adjoining areas, that's a central committee for that has these set of measures, GRAP 2, GRAP 3 and GRAP 4, that come in place as and when the air quality deteriorated. So as the air quality was in the severe category, GRAP 4 measures were implemented, which is the most strict category of these measures. But now that the air quality has come down from the severe category to the very poor category, GRAP 4 measures have been lifted, but GRAP 3 and GRAP 2 are still in place, as the air quality is still in the very poor category, but it's not in the severe category. That's why GRAP 4 has been lifted. Now, what all is allowed now under GRAP 4? Non-essential trucks travel was banned into Delhi, so that's allowed now. There was a ban on non-BS6 diesel vehicles. That's also been lifted now. There was also a ban on heavy motor vehicles and medium motor vehicles. That's also been lifted. And there was also an order to close down all industries in the National Capital Region, and that ban has also been lifted. So these are the 4 major points, the bans that have been lifted. But apart from that, as I said, GRAP 3 is still in place, which means construction activities are still banned. Brick kilns still cannot operate, as the air pollution is still in the very poor category. It's important to mention that though we have come down from severe to poor to very poor category, it's still way above a comfortable position. The AQI should be under 100 to be in a satisfactory level, but currently it's over 330, which means that it is causing respiratory illnesses to people on prolonged exposure. So it's still a very unhealthy category of air, but now that it's in the very poor category, the GRAP 4 measures have been lifted. But schools primary schools will remain shut till Tuesday, and no outdoor activities, no outdoor physical activities are allowed for any classes in schools till Tuesday as well.
All right, Priyanshi getting us those details. Now, R.K. Kulkarni, a former Intelligence Bureau officer who was on his routine walk in Mysore's Manas Gangotri neighborhood on Friday, was intentionally run over by a car that bore no number plate. Initially, a hit-and-run case was registered as it was thought to be an accident, but after the CCTV footage was retrieved, it was found that the retired officer was murdered. The cops say the accused monitored the movements of Kulkarni, and it was a well-planned murder, as the road taken by the accused was not one that was frequented by cars. Now, the chilling video of the murder that has emerged clearly clearly shows the car start once R.K. Kulkarni is in a short distance from the vehicle, and then the car speeds towards him, swerves in his direction across the road and hits him so hard that he can be seen being flung into the air. 3 teams have been formed to nab the accused. However, the motive of the murder is not known.
ನಮ್ಮ ACP ನರಸಿಂಹರಾಜ ಸಬ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ನ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 3 ತಂಡಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಪತ್ತೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೂಲಂಕುಷವಾಗಿ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಂಥದ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಒಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲೂಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ವಾಹನಕ್ಕೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಿಂದನೇ ಮೊದಲೇದಾಗಿ ಸಂಶಯ ಶುರುವಾಗಿದ್ದು. आनंतर ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
पहले तो हमें भी ये सुनने में आया था कि ये एक कार एक्सीडेंट का हादसा है, लेकिन अब ये जो वीडियो रिलीज हुआ है उससे साफ साफ ये दिख जाता है कि इंटेंशनल एक्ट है। ये एक तरह से मर्डर इसको कहा जा सकता है। कुलकर्णी साहब मेरे क्लाइंट रह चुके हैं। मैं उनके लिए एक पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट लिटिगेशन में सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक अपियर हुआ था, जहां उन्होंने इंटेलिजेंस रिफॉर्म के लिए एक पिटिशन फाइल की थी, और वो पिटिशन जो है काफी साल, मेरे ख्याल से 5 या 6 साल पहले सुप्रीम कोर्ट में डिस्पोज हो चुकी थी। उसके बाद कुलकर्णी साहब के साथ मेरा कांटेक्ट तो जरूर था, और वो इनफैक्ट कल शाम को मेरे एक लेक्चर के लिए मैसूर से आने वाले थे। मेरी उनसे बात हुई कुछ दिन पहले। मैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया पे एक लेक्चर दे रहा था कल, जिसके लिए वो आने वाले थे कल सवेरे, और हमें कल सुबह ये पता चला कि ये हादसा हुआ है। अब इसके पीछे क्या है मैं तो कुछ कह नहीं सकता। इस समय मेरे पास कोई स्पेशल इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है इसके बारे में, सिवाय जो आपने रेफर किया, ये पब्लिक डोमेन में है कि उनकी कोई डिस्प्यूट चल रही थी अपने नेबर के साथ। बट ये जो है मामला, ये मेरे ख्याल से डिटेल्ड इन्वेस्टिगेशन के बाद ही हमें पता चलेगा, और ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन एक तरह से और सीरियसली होनी चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से, क्योंकि ये कोई ऑर्डिनरी सिटीजन की डेथ की बात नहीं है। वो वैसे डेथ भी बहुत सीरियस मायना रखती है, लेकिन यहाँ पे इनका आप अगर बैकग्राउंड देखें, ये IB में करीब 30 इयर्स के करीब उन्होंने सर्विस किया है हमारे नेशन का, और एक सेंसिटिव पोस्ट में रहे हैं, और उनका इस तरह से ट्रीटमेंट होना पब्लिक में ब्रेजनली, आपने देखा है कि गाड़ी उनको मारने के बाद रुकी भी नहीं, इससे ये बहुत साफ लगता है कि डिसरिगार्ड फॉर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर एंड रूल ऑफ लॉ आपको दिख रहा है। और इसीलिए मैं ये जरूर कहना चाहूंगा कि इसमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन एक एक्सट्रीम सीरियसनेस के साथ होनी चाहिए।